Hello, church family. Today we are in day 129, which means we are in Psalm 129, another psalm of ascents. So let's look at the psalm and see what it has to say to us today. Greatly have they afflicted me from my youth. Let Israel now say. Greatly have they afflicted me from my youth, yet they have not prevailed against me. The plowers plowed upon my back, they made long their furrows. The Lord is righteous, he has cut the cords of the wicked. May all who hate Zion be put to shame and turned backward. Let them be like the grass on the housetops, which withers before it grows up, which the reaper does not fill his hand, nor the binder of sheaves his arms, nor do those who pass by say, The blessing of the Lord be upon you. We bless you in the name of the Lord. This psalm can be divided into two sections. If you just draw a line between verses 4 and 5, what you have above the line is a short canton-like refrain or song, and what you have below the line is a prayer. And one commentator notices that in the first 4 verses, he writes, whereas most nations tend to look back on what they have achieved, Israel reflects here on what she has survived. And it seems strange to do so, right? It's natural for us to focus on our achievements and our success, but Israel is focusing on the Lord's faithfulness. And it's because of what God has done that they have endured much affliction, that they have proved resilient through slavery and bondage. And Israel here is tapping into its long history of enslavement, of oppression, but through it all, the Lord has sustained them. And it's given them cause to praise even now as they march toward Jerusalem. And so the realization of this fact actually leads them into prayer in the second half of the psalm. And it's an interesting prayer because it's one of those imprecatory prayers. It's the kind of prayer that we often tend to cringe at when we come across them in the Psalms. The people of Israel here are praying for judgment on the Lord's enemies. And while it seems to be a little counterintuitive for us, one thing we should note is that it's okay to pray for God to be just, to act in line with his character, to do what is right, to deliver his people, to stop evil and wickedness in the world. But notice that the Israelites aren't praying that those who are opposed to God be sent to hell. Rather, they're asking for God to do 3 things. In verse 5, they're asking that those who oppose the Lord have no honor, that they would be cut off from the Lord. Secondly, they're asking that those who are against the Lord would have no success. In verses 6 and 7, that they would be like grass that withers, that they would be like a reaper who cannot even fill his hands with food. And then thirdly, in verse 8, the psalmist is asking that those who are opposed to the Lord would receive no blessing, that those who are set up against God and his people, that those who do not pass by would say, The blessing of the Lord be upon you. We bless you in the name of the Lord. We ask God to do what is right for his glory, for his people. And so for us today, this psalm can be an encouragement to us that because of the Lord's grace and faithfulness, we are a resilient people. And we can rest and know that those who stand opposed to God will not have the last word. They will not have any honor or success or blessing. So take that as encouragement today. And whom can you lift up and encourage to know that God has brought us safe thus far, and his grace will lead us safely